John Gibson is being violated right now in the crease also by 3 Predators. Pause. I'm going to be deleting the top 3 players on every NHL franchise, and we're going to see what teams can withstand such injuries or just withstand the fact that I said, hey, buddy, you're out of a job. And of course, we're going to go on and see who ends up winning the Stanley Cup here in NHL 25. We are going to start off with the first team with the Anaheim Ducks, which will be Troy Terry, Jacob Trouba, and Ryan Strome. I will not be including goaltenders into this. We move on over to Boston. This one is definitely going to hurt. Pasternak, McAvoy, and Hampus Lindholm, all of them being gone. The Sabres, they were not good anyway, so top 3 players can see you later. The Flames, it will be Rasmus Anderson, Mackenzie Weegar, and Nazem Kadri going to, of course, Europe. We move on to Carolina, Aho, Slavin, and Svechnikov. See you later, bud. The Blackhawks already suck, so I don't think this is going to matter too much. Colorado loses McKinnon, Makar, and Marty Natchez. That is tough. Zach Werenski, Kirill Marchenko, and Sean Monahan for Columbus. The Dallas Stars just picked up Mikko Rantanen and just lost him just as easily. Now Jake Ottinger is their highest rated player at a 92. Raymond Larkin and Mo Seider for the Detroit Red Wings. We also got to move to a brand new European hockey team. We got to spread the wealth around. Oh no, McDavid, Dry, and Bouchard. See ya later. Barkov, Reinhart, and Kachuk for the Panthers. Kopitar, Doughty, and Kempe for the LA Kings. The Minnesota Wild, they're going to lose Kaprizov, who was pretty much their entire team already, so I don't expect them to be very, very good. We have Suzuki, Caulfield, and Matheson for the Montreal Canadiens. Yossi, Forsberg, and Stammer for Nashville. The Devils will lose Hughes, Bratt, and Hischier. I mean, Hughes is already out for the regular season and the playoff run, so I don't expect too much out of them. Dobson, Barzell, and Horvat for the New York Islanders. The Rangers will lose Panarin, Fox, and JT Miller, literally their new acquisition. Kachuk, Stutzel, and Drake Batherson for the Ottawa Senators. Konechny, Mishkov, and Sanheim for Philly. We move on over to the Pens, who are finally going to be without Crosby, Malkin, and Erik Karlsson. Celebrini, Toffoli, and Will Eklund for the San Jose Sharks. For Seattle, we got Montour, Dunn, and Jarrett McCann, former Pittsburgh Penguin. St. Louis will still be a poverty franchise even without Robert Thomas, Jordan Kyrou, and Colton Parayko. The Tampa Bay Lightning, oh my lord, Hedman, Point, and Kucherov, that is tough. And of course, I got to change the international team that I'm sending them to. Matthews, Marner, and Nylander, see you later. Should have been gone years ago. We got Keller, Sergachev, and Dylan Gunther also being gone for Utah. Quinn Hughes, Elias Pettersson, and Brock Besser for Vancouver. Vegas will lose Eichel, Stone, and Pietrangelo. We are finally going to see an NHL without Alexander Ovechkin, also John Carlson, and Dylan Strome. And then finally for the Winnipeg Jets, they are going to lose Kyle Connor, Josh Morrissey, and Mark Scheifele. I have basically just diluted the talent pool of the NHL. Goaltenders now might go back to 2015, 10 years ago, and start dominating. We might even see a goalie win the Hart Trophy, which you do not see in this game. Scoring is probably going to be down compared to previous seasons, which of course will in turn make the ratings also plummet. Funny enough, the New Jersey Devils are going to be the team that wins the President's Trophy. 53 wins, 23 regulation losses, 6 in overtime. We got the Ottawa Senators finishing second without their top 3 players, followed by Minnesota. Montreal had a great season. Boston was up there. We got the Chicago Blackhawks still at the basement of the NHL. Oh my god. Just honestly, Trey Bedard, get him out of there. The man doesn't want to be there. He's depressed. He's getting thrown out of games now. Find this man some help or find him a new goddamn home. Brad Marchand's going to lead the NHL in scoring with 99 points, followed by Logan Couture, the man who does not play hockey anymore. Nugent Hopkins was up there. Patty Kane kind of reverted back to his old self with 74 points. As you guys did guess, a lot of these players usually don't have this low of scoring. I mean, Zach Hyman, he usually plays with McDavid and Dry in these simulations, gets a lot more points. Claude Giroux was very good. Val Nichushkin, Tyler Seguin thinks it's 2015 again. We got Logan Couture leading the NHL in goals with 42, followed by Marshy's 40. Patty Kane had 35. Jake Gensel was up there. Tyler Seguin was good. Tomas Hertl. Max Pacioretty puts up another 31-goal season. And now for the real interesting part of this video, the goaltenders. Markstrom and Allmark, they're going to tie for wins with 44. What about the shutout side? Oh my god. Jordan Binnington with 10 shutouts on the season. Only with a 909 save percentage. What was the best starting goalie? Linus Allmark, a 923. Okay, so the save percentages were not completely off the charts. I mean, I don't even see Connor Hellebuck here. Where the hell is Hellebuck, man? Vasilevsky only had a 917, so goalies weren't even that crazy. I mean, they picked up a lot of shutouts just because the goal scoring was not as high, so you're more likely to have a 0-0 game. And now we're going to find out what team goes on, raises a Stanley Cup at the end of the season, now with every single franchise just losing their 3 best players. Not so surprising that the Predators have the Edmonton Oilers on the brink of elimination, up 3-2 in their series, 3-1 in the third period. The offense of the Oilers have absolutely plummeted. Troy Stecher, though, gets them back to within 1. They're basically relying on Nugent Hopkins to score them goals, so we're back to 2011 right now. The dark ages for the Oilers. They actually tied up Nugent Hopkins on UC Saros. Unbelievable. Did not expect that whatsoever. We are going to head to overtime to potentially see a game winner, maybe even a series winner. 15 minutes to go, and the Oilers have forced a game 7. Boston and Montreal in the playoffs will be an absolute classic yet again. Although the Bruins, they are leading 3-2 in the series. We got a 1-1 tie in this game. Montreal doesn't really rely on their top 3 players. I mean, that much. Every team to an extent really does. But at the end of the day, they got to rely on defense, goaltending. Oh, there it is. Brandon Gallagher on the power play on Jeremy Swayman. Speaking of Swayman, I thought he would be a lot better for the Bruins. Never mind, we're going to a Game 7. Here we are, Game 7 in the Bell Center. Montreal has home ice advantage. Unfortunately for them, they're trailing 3-0 in this game. Zaka Beecher has a pair on Samuel Montembeault. I guess that's why. And then Casey Middlestat just piles on the goals. As Boston, they definitely would be the favorite, and they probably should go on and win. Montreal put up a great fight, definitely made it a lot closer. Patty Laine able to score on Swayman, but I mean, little, too late for the Montreal Canadiens. As Beantown, they're headed to round number 2 after a dominating 5-1 victory in Game 7. The postseason continues to get smaller. We got the Stars versus the Avs, the Ducks and Predators, the Hurricanes and the Red Wings, and then finally the Senators and the Bruins. I'm going to take my pick, and I'm going to go out on a limb saying the Detroit Red Wings will win the Stanley Cup. Ottawa has a shot to punch their ticket to the conference finals. They got a 3-1 lead in the game and a 3-1 lead in the series over the Boston Bruins. Claude Giroux is showing up, as well as Linus Ullmark. 11 minutes to go here in the third period. Can the Sens hold on? It's their first time back in the playoffs since like 2017. 3 minutes. Can they do it? Yes, the Senators are off to the Eastern Conference Finals after gentlemen sweeping the Boston Bruins. Dallas is trying to do the exact same thing over the Colorado Avalanche. They got a 5-3 lead, 4 unanswered goals before Ross Colton actually cut the lead back down. I believe Colorado was actually leading 2-1 after the first period, but nonetheless, the Stars trying to hold on to a 5-3 lead here in the third period of game number 5 on home ice over Colorado. 7 minutes to go. They are going to need Jake Ottinger to play his best hockey of the entire season. Well, here we are. 1:54 left to go. It's a 2-goal lead for the Dallas Stars over Colorado. Bourque coming in. What a save by, I believe it's still Mackenzie Blackwood. But Dallas right now, they're trying to lay on the pressure. The best defense is offense, and playing the offensive zone, the other team cannot score. Miles Wood over Devon Taves. Nice save by Ottinger. They have emptied their net. Colorado going for broke. Mason Marchment, you got an empty net, brother. Put it in. Oh, my God. That was a laughable attempt. Val Nichushkin in the corner trying to skate the puck out on his own. He doesn't want to pass it, and he will turn it over to Mason Marchment, who will put home the empty netter, his only second of the playoff run, which will pretty much punch Dallas's ticket to the conference finals, as they have dominated the Avalanche in 5 games. My Stanley Cup pick was the Detroit Red Wings, and they're leading 3-2 in their series over Carolina. Unfortunately, they're going to trail by 1 here in the third period, putting up 32 shots to 19. Who is the netminder? Cam Talbot needs to wake the hell up. He's got to go back to his 2017 form with Edmonton. Otherwise, the Red Wings, they might be cooked in a Game 7 on the road. 5 minutes to go. Carolina with the power play, but Soderblom will tie the game up on Frederick Anderson. All right, our first overtime of the entire playoffs between Carolina and Detroit. The Hurricanes trying to force a Game 7, and the Red Wings, Hall shooting, Cam Talbot with the sprawling save. Obviously, the Red Wings, they are 1 goal away from going to the conference finals to play the Ottawa Senators. Brent Burns shooting, Talbot with the easy save yet again. He's going to play that one over to Simone Edvinsson. Up to Marco Kasper, getting body. Patty Kane, showtime maybe? a little bit of showtime here in overtime. I know it's 2025, but he is one of the better players on the ice right now. Taylor Hall coming into the zone. Hall waiting. Hall doesn't get a shot on net. An offensive draw for Carolina. This is massive. They win this draw. They do win it. Back to Brent Burns, who's going to fire it off the post. And Jack Roslovic, they got full pressure. Orlov, Dimitri, over to Brent Burns again. Just firing it. Come on, Orlov. You got to bury it. But Cam Talbot somehow, some way finds a way to make that save. That guy was down and out, and oh my God, there it is, Dmitry Orlov, game winner, and there will be a Game 7 back in Carolina as the Red Wings have turned into the Dead Wings, and their fans are utterly pissed. The first of 2 Game 7s here in round number 2. Oh my God, the Red Wings are no longer dead. They are in fact alive. 4 goals on 7 shots in the first period. Freddie Anderson gets the boot. Kochekov comes in. I mean, it's a 3-goal lead now for the Dead Wings. They only got 16 shots in the game. Carolina has dominated the pace of play, and yet they're down by 3. This is an utter disaster for a team that really, you know, when the lights are bright, they cannot deliver. The last few years, I mean, last 2 times they've been in the conference finals, I think they've gotten swept. 3 minutes to go. The Red Wings have punched their ticket. Carolina, y'all lose in round number 2. And now to find out who will play the Dallas Stars in the conference finals. We got Nashville versus Anaheim. We got a 1-1 tie in the third period. Leo Carlson and Brady Shea both potted 1 each. And then Lacombe will give the Ducks the lead on UC Saros. A much more even series, or much more even Game 7 at that, than the Detroit run. As we get a 2-1 lead, 4 minutes to go. The Ducks, they're trying to hold on to a 1-goal advantage. Can they do so? The Ducks have not sniffed the conference finals since they played Nashville in 2017. Don't even remind me of their second round matchup. I don't want to be reminded, goddammit. Nonetheless, they get a 1-goal lead with a minute remaining here in the third period of a Game 7. Oh my God, a pizza up the middle right to Jonathan Marchessault. Who the hell did that? You just costed your team a legit chance of getting to the conference finals, and you give Marchessault the biggest pizza he's ever received. What on earth kind of pass was that? Oh my God, that might have been the worst breakout pass I have ever seen. Now, I got to see who this was. Number 2 on the Anaheim Ducks was Lacombe, the man who took the lead for Anaheim. What was he thinking here? Let me guess. I mean, come on, dude. There's no way you make that play. He's covered. There's a guy literally right on him. Skate the puck. Give it to your centerman. I mean, honestly, just skate the puck. You got room. You take the ice that you are given. But instead, Lacombe sends a goddamn pizza up the middle. Marchessault picks it off, and he is going to snipe it and tie the game up. Oh my God, what is he doing to the goaltender? John Gibson is being violated right now in the crease also by 3 Predators. Pause. Well, we might end up having overtime on our hands. 53 seconds to go. Tie game in Game 7 thanks to John. Actually, no, thanks to Lacombe for just absolutely giving that to him on a silver platter. The Predators want more though. Bunting over. Barron shooting. Oh my God, Justin Barron. What an absolute historic collapse by the Anaheim Ducks. Honestly, reminding me of the Oilers against them in 2017. They have just fallen apart here in the third period. John Gibson, brother, you have to have that one. They literally have gone from leading the game with a minute to go, 40 seconds, and all of a sudden they're trailing by 1. All right, Anaheim, y'all got to cook. Empty the net. They're going for broke. Robbie Fabry coming in. Over to Lacombe. Over to Vetrano. Nice save by UC Saros. Uh-oh. This is not looking too good. Ryan O'Reilly's got an empty net. He misses it. 23 seconds to go. Robbie Fabry trying to get by his man. Over to Frank Vetrano. Vetrano waiting. Zegers, what are you doing? Pretty boy, get in front of that net, dude. You got to get to the hard-nosed areas. Vetrano over. Zegers. Shot. McTavish and Saros. He's going to play it up. 7 seconds to go. I think it's too little too late as the Predators somehow come back in this game. And there it is, an empty netter to Jonathan Marchessault. They are going to meet the Dallas Stars in the conference finals. The Final Four, Dallas and Nashville, Ottawa and Detroit. Who is advancing to the Cup Finals? Ottawa has been on an absolute tear in the postseason. They are up 3-1 over the Red Wings, down 2-1 in this game as Detroit, they're trying to force a game 6 back on home ice. But Nick Cousins, the absolute garbage man himself, is going to score on Cam Talbot. It is a 2-2 tie here in the third period. Can Ottawa advance to the Cup Finals? Or will Detroit try to claw their way back in this series? We are going to have overtime. And there it is, the Red Wings. They will force a Game 6 thanks to Alex DeBrincat, overtime winner. Senators are going to get another chance to eliminate Detroit. They are up 5-1 in the third period. And there it is. The Senators will play for the Stanley Cup for the first time since the early 2000s. Meanwhile, the Stars, they sit in the same exact scenario, up 3-2 over Nashville. But, oh my God, I thought they were done. Jamie Benn and Mikael Granlund in the third period. We got some overtime on our hands. Are they also going to punch their ticket to the Cup Finals? No score after the first OT, and no, Nashville will force a Game 7. It all comes down to this. Game 7, Conference Finals, 2-2 tie entering the third period for all the marbles. Well, pretty much the marbles of the Western Conference, but the shots. Oh, there it is. Brady Shea on Jake Ottinger gives Nashville the lead. The Predators strike again. 7 minutes to go in the third period. Dallas, what has happened? Y'all were the favorites walking into this series, and y'all are going to be walking out with yet again another conference finals defeat, this time to the Preds. The Cup Finals are finally set. We got Nashville versus Ottawa. One of the more unlikely Cup Finals probably of all time, but I mean, if I were a betting man, I would not be betting. Let's see if Ottawa can end up bringing the Stanley Cup back home to Canada for the first time since '93. Oh my God, they got a 3-0 series lead over Nashville in Nashville for Game 4. 1-0 after the first period, 2-1 after 2. As the Senators, with only 16 shots, they have the opportunity to sweep the Predators in the Cup Final. The nation's capital of Ottawa, Fabian Zetterlund. Whoa. Sisson scores on Allmark. It is back to a 1-goal game. Don't get too excited here. Do not get too excited. 5 minutes to go. 1:05 left to go in the third period. It is now a 4-2 lead. As soon as I hopped in, I believe Claude Giroux was the one who scored. I actually don't remember who scored for Ottawa. Empty net for the Preds. Empty net, Giroux, Zetterlund, there it is! Fabian Zetterlund will ice the game. The Ottawa Senators have done it. They have swept the Nashville Predators in the Stanley Cup Finals, and for the first time since '93, a Canadian team has won the Stanley Cup. They were definitely more so a Cinderella run than maybe the Predators were, although pretty much every team had a Cinderella run. Everybody equally lost their 3 best players. And as it turns out, the Ottawa Senators were best equipped to handle it. Linus Ullmark, Conn Smythe winner with a 950 and a 157 GAA. Oh my God, maybe the greatest Conn Smythe season of all time as Allmark led the Senators to a Stanley Cup, and there it is. The only bad news is they got to win it in Nashville and not in the nation's capital, as no more Brady Tkachuk, so the assistant captain, Claude Giroux, finally, he's able to skate up here and raise the Stanley Cup as the Ottawa Senators are your Stanley Cup champions. Dylan Cousins led the way offensively for Ottawa, 10 goals, 25 points. Giroux also had 25. Ryan O'Reilly was good. Marchessault, Patty Kane did his thing for the Red Wings, but nobody was more valuable than this man. 16, 1-3, 4 shutouts with a 950 save percentage and a 159 GAA. He only allowed 33 goals in the postseason with 668 shot attempts. Linus Ullmark probably with the most dominant playoff run literally in NHL history. Brad Marchand will take home the Ted Lindsay, Art Ross and Hart Trophy. Logan Couture, the Maurice Richard. Dougie Hamilton will take home the Norris, Ullmark, the Conn Smythe, and the Vezina Trophy. And Sean Couturier will win the Selke. Well, that is going to do it for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure you leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel. I would like to say thank you all for watching, and until next time, don't be silly. Wrap your willy.